Another thing that I want you to edit/proofread is going to be the courses that I put out, because I'm going to put out a bunch of courses. We're on different subjects. Some of it is going to be Excel sheets, some of it is going to be videos, some of it is going to be whatever I come up with. The idea is, again, to help people in their journey being an author and giving them the knowledge that I have learned along the way, so that they can choose to apply it or not apply it as they need to. And hopefully that will go well. And I think that's another easy one to sort of do. It's time consuming, but it's easy enough to do, because I'm hoping to get stuff out each week for that.
Yeah, because I think the thing is too, I'm a slower person, so me paying by the hour might work great for me, but it won't work great for you, because you're like, oh, I could do that in half the time, like, get going.
Or yes, it's not editing. But the idea is to take this off my plate, so I can focus my time on certain things.
And if I'm editing it to your happy level,
yeah,
and you get the final say before it goes anyways,
yes,
that is a big difference. Okay, for editing those
courses, again, it's basically the same thing as manuscripts. You're looking for spelling errors. You're going to be looking for any inconsistencies, anything that's odd sentences, because I do that sometimes.
Is that going to be so that's all mostly written?
The editing would be written, I would say. I'm going to go for written at this point.
Okay.
Video content, if we did that, it would be to put in, like, I would probably edit the video content and then just say, okay, now you can put in, like, the words. So whenever you think there's appropriate words, like, to put on the screen itself, like tips, point management, stuff like that, bulletin points of the video. Type of idea.
So we're basically, it's kind of a shared editing at this point.
It would be a shared editing for courses.
Just because, yeah, okay.
And I haven't gotten to the point where I'm doing that yet, so that's going to be a little bit further down the road.
Okay.
So for Facebook, so I've kind of listed everything into specific areas.
That's a good idea.
So we've gone over the manuscript, we've gone over courses, and so let's start with Facebook.
I don't know much about Facebook.
You don't know much about Facebook, and that's okay.
I know as a Facebook user.
So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to set you up as an administrator of my page. That gives you access to it. That gives you the ability to post things, which is very cool.
I'm curious if you'd want to see those things before I post, or...
Well, the thing is,
or would you be sending stuff to just have me do it in a timely manner?
I might get to the point where I'll set up like 3 or 4 and then be like, okay, you post on certain days or whatever. But I think I don't really post much to Facebook. What I do is I post from other areas into Facebook. So eventually, probably what it's going to be is, once we grow enough with the followers, is that you'll be like crowd control. Be like, behave, be nice. Answer some comments. Things like that. Maybe throw up a poll, because I can't throw that up on other areas unless it's WordPress. Or, announce a contest or something, or whatever. Something like that. But that would go under special events.
Okay.
So I'm just going to make you administrator of the page, and then you can kind of get a feel for it and be on it.
Helps me learn it, and
that's
we'll
more getting of a
feel that one out first,
yes,
to see exactly what I can and can't do on there, what's useful.
The biggest thing about being an administrator on the page is that I'm hoping you'll be able to, you might be able to, I don't know for sure, so we're going to have to research this, is that you will be able to see my direct messaging system in the business page. If you can see it, then you can respond to other questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, because if there's common questions
and
that recur,
yes,
then other people might answer them, or I may as well just say, hey, look at this video.
That would be
that
comments.
Video.
But I'm talking about you would be able to do that. But I'm talking also for the direct messaging, because the direct messaging, a lot of my stuff from my newsletter swaps comes through there. So when I have newsletter swaps with other authors, they direct message me.
Oh, okay.
and then you would be able to respond to them. Otherwise, we're going to have to maybe set up a page for you where you're like, this is one of my business pages, and then you can direct message and set up swaps, and you can join those groups. Because eventually I would like to give you the newspaper swap. Setting them up, making sure that things are happening, right? And just keeping track of it and answering those messages. So eventually, once you get to hit top tier, I would like to be like, there's your newspaper swaps.
And then you just oversee it, kind of look at it once in a while, double check stuff that I have questions on.
Well, you would give me any questions that you have, and I would see the final in the newsletter itself.
And make sure you're happy with it before it goes out.
Yes.
Because there is, one thing.
Because eventually I want you to take over the newsletter. And that's going to be what you're going to have to learn too. And so you'll have to do the swaps for it, and then you'll have to learn how to copy and paste content from Amazon, YouTube, WordPress, and Facebook into these newsletters.
And then you'll just have your little piece that you put in there that's personal, because then people still want to work with you, truthfully. Yeah. They're in contact with you through these newsletters.
But all the
like you. But they also...
All the copy-paste stuff you can do. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter who does that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that
I'm doing the bulk of it that is just outside information or whatever, and then you're doing the personal part of it.
Basically, we would have like a once-a-week meeting and say, okay, this week we have to get in a release, we have to put in this, we've got a contest going on, and we want our author corner. And then you would set it up, and
I'd be like, okay, here's a picture that goes with that, here's a story that goes with that, here's
and then I would come in,
that goes with
you'd be like, okay, it's all set up, all you need to do is cut and paste your little typing piece, and just double check it, and make sure it's good, and that we've got everything on our list. And that's how it would go, so we can both get into it and have a look.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. See, that works. And we're going to get to that. But first, I think that's a 20% deal. But we'll get to that, and we'll add it in slowly. Because again, newsletters are time consuming. Mm-hmm. But they are well worth it. They are a very important tool, so we need to continue to do that. So the Facebook and newsletters kind of go together in what I want you to do.
Okay.
Instagram. I don't know that I need you to take over posts exactly, because it doesn't take very much time to post to Instagram. But I do think I want you to hashtag everything. Like, I can put a couple hashtags in the immediate post, but I would love for you to just go into comments and hashtag the crap out of it.
Okay.
Because I think that's an easy thing for you to do. You've already seen several of the hashtags that I've already put up. You can actually copy them and throw them in a Word document and then just cut and paste. And you can go and research new ones.
Yeah, because some apply, some don't. And some, if you're using the same ones all the time and they're not generating you any traffic, there's no point in using them.
And then Instagram will get mad at you because they think you're spamming stuff.
Yeah.
So you need to kind of vary it up a little bit, things like that. And it's not hard to do, but I think that's like a 5%. Like, I can throw that on you pretty much right away. Mm-hmm. Because you know about that.
And even if I do it, I wouldn't necessarily have to be the first commenter on it.
No, you don't have to be the first commenter on it.
And it can be older ones too.
You can do that too.
And update those, so to speak.
Once, whatever it takes, right? So I think that's something I'm just going to give you right away. You can be my Insta hashtag girl. I'm going to give you my Pinterest.
Ooh, I'm learning. I'm not there yet.
Well, Pinterest is not hard, because I don't do much on it yet. Let's face it, I don't. Basically, I take my WordPress, and I take my YouTube, and I pin it to my boards.
Okay.
So, that's really easy. You know how to pin. Mm-hmm. It's not a big deal. So, I think that's a 5%, give it to you right away. WordPress. Eventually, I want you to contribute to my social media blogs and my marketing blogs. So we'll actually sit down and write out some blogs and go back and forth together on those. And you can have some too, and I have some too, and they go on both of our WordPress sites. Mm-hmm. And again, like I said, you'll be taking from WordPress and pinning it. And WordPress automatically shifts off to Facebook, so that's not a big deal. Instagram automatically shifts off to Facebook.
Yours does?
Yeah, both of them do.
Good.
So I've already always got, because I post to WordPress YouTube video right onto WordPress.
Yep.
And that automatically shares it out to Facebook.
Oh, good.
So that's one post per day from YouTube, right? Because I throw up one from YouTube. And then Instagram, I post 2 usually a day. I should probably post 3, but I post 2, and those automatically go to Facebook. So those are 3 posts that automatically go to Facebook, and you don't even have to think about it again. And goodbye, pen.
It didn't go up my nose. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I
do that a lot. I throw pens. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about those because I'm going to start writing blogs for WordPress.
Mm-hmm. I cut back on that, unfortunately, and I didn't intend to, but
you need to also do yours. But I need to do mine, and that's also where I'm not getting things done.
Yeah.
And that will also help writing a blog, because that will also go to Facebook and be another thing that can go into newsletters as well, right? So I have to start cranking out some content and stuff like that. Yeah. Good content.